Buongiorno e benvenuti a Roma. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sophie and I would love it if you click that big red subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell as well so that you never miss a video. Now, today it's no obvious. I am in Rome, in front of the Colosseum. We are here for Alex's birthday, just spending a few days here, like having a long weekend. Yeah, just got a couple of days of work to explore, and we actually arrived yesterday. I'm just a bit behind on the intro, so yeah, the next few clips you'll see will be back in time of us exploring yesterday, just going to like the Trevi Fountain and trying a pasta restaurant that I really want to try, and I would definitely recommend, because that was the best pasta I've ever had in my life. And I know I've only been to Italy like twice, so you know you're gonna have the best pasta in Italy, but it was definitely better than the pasta I ate in Milan. But I did do more food research this time, so I was prepared to find the good spots. But yeah, I'll let you watch the clips from yesterday, not that there's many, and then we'll kind of fast forward back to the Colosseum, because we've booked a tour of the Colosseum and the Roman Forum. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go find a meeting spot and see if we can quickly like grab a croissant or something for a cafe. See you soon. So we basically spent our first evening in Rome taking in the views of the Trevi Fountain, which I'm sure you can guess has crowds like this a lot of the time. We went at the end of Jan and it was still busy at 6 PM, but we did manage to get some good photos. Hello everyone, so we've come to dinner at Osteria da Fortunata. I could be completely butchering that because I speak very little Italian, but this restaurant is like very highly recommended. So they make the pasta here all like fresh. You can actually see them in the window rolling out the pasta, which is great to see. And yeah, it's like rated number 4 out of like 10,000 restaurants on TripAdvisor. And whenever you go on TikTok and you're looking for restaurants in Rome and YouTube videos recommending food in Rome, this place just constantly pops up. So it had to be the place for our first meal in Rome, and Alex has ordered their carbonara, which I've heard is meant to be one of like the best carbonaras in Rome. And I ordered what I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a carbonara but with artichokes in it as well. Trying something a bit different, and I feel like they eat a lot of artichokes in Rome from what I've seen. So I'm very excited to try this. I really wanted to come here. So fast forwarding now to where we started this vlog, at the Colosseum, where we did a tour of, well, the Colosseum, but also the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. We booked our tour on Get Your Guide, but the tour itself was with City Walkers, and our tour guide Radu was amazing, and I'm honestly so glad we took the tour because I learnt so much about the Colosseum that I didn't know before, and I feel like otherwise I would have just been taking pictures but not really understanding what I was looking at. Hello everyone, so we have now finished our tour and we've come for lunch. So we actually haven't come for lunch, we didn't stop for lunch anywhere near where our tour ended because we're going to the Vatican City after this, so we thought we'll make our way in the direction towards the Vatican City. So we just like, we'll look for a piazza, so we're up to the piazza, is it called Nova? I can't remember, but that's where we are, the one with like the really pretty fountain, if that makes sense. That isn't the Trevi Fountain, a different fountain. So yeah, I'm not too sure what that's called because it's not one that I looked up in advance, so hopefully it will be alright, because obviously with touristy places you never know if you haven't looked them up in advance, but we've got a view at least of the fountain, which is absolutely incredible. Yeah, we just need something quick. Just ordered a pizza, nice, quick, easy, and yeah, haven't had pizza yet. Well, actually, I've had one slice of pizza, but I haven't ordered like a proper whole pizza to myself yet since being in Rome. And as you can see, because I'm struggling to see right now, it's so sunny. It's so nice, like, to be here and it be sunny and be able to take my coat off in January. Like, that wouldn't happen in the UK. Obviously, I will need the coat later on once the sun starts to set. I needed it this morning, but now it's perfect weather, perfect temperature, and I'm very excited for this pizza. So I wasn't the biggest fan of that restaurant, however I did somehow manage to miss the word mushrooms on the menu when ordering a pizza, and I absolutely hate mushrooms. However, I do still think it was a tourist trap restaurant. Anyway, fast forwarding to the Vatican Museums, which as you can see are incredibly beautiful. However, they're huge, and like most tourists we only had a certain amount of time, so we couldn't explore it all. Also, the Sistine Chapel is like really overrated and you can't take pictures in there. I actually preferred the like halls leading up to it, and yeah, went out for dinner at That's Amore restaurant, which is right near the Trevi Fountain and really good. Hello everyone, today is our final day exploring Rome. So we're currently at the Pantheon, but we've been out and about exploring already. So Alex is a big fan of stadiums, and because it is his birthday trip, I got us tickets to the Stadio Olimpico. So we went there and spent basically the whole morning there because it's quite outside the city, so you know it took time to get there and stuff. Personally, it's not my type of thing, but I can see why someone like Alex would have enjoyed it. And I did prefer it to the stadium in Milan, but maybe it was also because the tour was shorter. I just thought also the stadium looked more grand, and I guess it wasn't just a football stadium, you know, because it was the Olympic Stadium as well, and it's where they have the rugby matches. So yeah, and then we just had one of what's meant to be the best sandwiches in Rome, and it was definitely a very good sandwich. And yeah, currently the Pantheon's behind me. I want to grab a few photos of the Pantheon, and then I think we're going to try and see if we can go inside it, but we haven't booked tickets in advance, so we'll see how that goes. So we actually were not able to enter the Pantheon when we arrived, because although it is free to enter, you do need to reserve your tickets online in advance. However, this was absolutely fine because it left us with plenty of time to eat, and they did have a QR code outside the Pantheon, so we were able to order tickets for an hour and a half later, and as you can see, the inside was incredibly beautiful. But I do recommend you order online in advance if travelling in peak season, because I'm not sure whether we would have been able to enter had it been busier. Okay, and now it's time to attempt to get a photo on the Spanish Steps in amongst this crowd, and we're here in January, so this isn't even peak season, so just, you know, be aware. I'm sure you're already aware that, you know, Rome does get busy, but yeah, just friendly reminder that Rome does get busy, so yeah, we'll see how my photos come out, shall we? This was sadly the last attraction that we saw in Rome, and then afterwards we headed out for our final dinner in the city. We went to a restaurant which was recommended by our tour guide from the tour we did of the Colosseum, and it was actually right near the Colosseum and the Forum, and I highly recommend it. Hello everyone, as you can see I am back home in Essex, which means that I forgot to film the outro to this vlog. I had an absolutely amazing time in Rome, and if you're unsure about whether to go in January, definitely do consider going in January, especially like the end of Jan. That's when we went, so I can't talk about the start of Jan. I think it's still like the holidays then in Italy, so I can imagine it would be quite busy, but like the end of Jan, you know, it was busy still then, but like imagine what it would be like in peak summer, and it would just be so hot as well, so you'd be queuing up in the heat to get into places where I feel like we never had to queue too long, and obviously it wasn't hot, but it was still like pleasant coming from the UK, because when the sun was shining, which it was most of the time, it actually felt quite warm. It only really felt chilly in the evenings, and there was a point where like I had taken off my coat and I was considering even taking off my cardigan and being just in my like vest top because I was sitting in direct sunlight and I was so warm, but I thought the locals would look at me like I'm crazy, so I didn't. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog and found it useful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and click that big red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.